All right, turkey fry follow-up. Hey, BB, I listened to your 11/19 Thursday podcast about turkey fries and wanted to share some tips with you as my husband and I used to do them for the holidays. All right, for you who weren't listening, you know the turkey fry. You just stick it in there and it's done in 20 minutes, something crazy. And it's nice and crispy on the outside and evidently ridiculously juicy on the inside. You know, turkey's really easy to dry out. It just really seems to be the way to go. But my issue was all right, but then for the rest of the year, I got that stupid fryer. What am I going to do with it? Just stick it in the fucking garage? I'm not into that. I like having a nice, clean garage. Anyway, here's some answers here for the turkey fry follow-up. Okay, the bird is freaking delicious deep fried. Do you have to season it at all? I imagine you put some sort of anything on it. I know when you make fried chicken, people will put something, something hot or something in the flour or whatever. I don't make fried chicken either. I know they season the batter or something like that. Anyway, and it cooks very fast. Deep frying cooks 3 minutes per pound versus 20 minutes per pound roasting a bird in the oven. Do not, under any circumstances, once again, do not deep fry a frozen bird. Yeah, it's going to blow up, right? Make sure your bird is thawed out entirely. Hot oil coming in contact with a frozen bird will make a huge explosion. What kind of a fucking lunatic would would try to cook anything frozen? Well, I thought it was a microwave and a deep... Why would I do the southern accent? It would be something like me. I thought it was a fucking microwave and a and a deep fryer all at the same time. Like shampoo and conditioner. Make sure your bird is thawed through. Okay, no huge explosion. Right, next one. You can reuse the oil and fry all sorts of stuff. Other meats, veggies, cookies, all sorts of shit. So that's a way to get more use out of it, of all that oil. Yeah, and become even fatter, man. I'm worried about that. Well, speaking of that, I remember one time I went to the Red River game when I was up in Dallas when they still played it at the Cotton Bowl, the Longhorns versus Oklahoma. And they had the big fair right next door, and every year they fried something different. Deep fried Oreos, and then they had deep fried Coca-Cola. I don't even know how you would do that. I guess you would freeze the Coca-Cola, and then I don't know how to do it. But wouldn't there be an explosion? I don't know. Yeah, I don't need to be deep frying shit at my age. He said, you're spot on about it being a pain in the ass to get rid of the oil. You may be able to find a service in your area that will pick up and recycle, or you can dump it in a 5-gallon utility bucket with the cover, toss that in a contractor bag, and put it out with your trash. Not the most legal way of disposing oil, but it gets the job done. My husband and I had a bunch of turkey fryers over the years in our backyard in Boston, and they were a blast. It was before we had kids, so we also didn't have to worry about little ones getting near the fryer. But we were liquored up good and managed to keep things safe, and you seem to have good common sense. So have at it and enjoy. Yeah, one of my buddies, the way he does it, he does it in his driveway. And brushes away any leaves, anything that could possibly catch on fire. And he doesn't seem to have a problem. All right, well, thank you very much for all of those tips. Once I do this diet and I take off all the weight and I'm ready to put it back on again, I'll try it out. All right, love from Kenya. Hey, Billy Boy. I am a big fan from Kenya. Look at this. Look at this all around the world. People listening to this shit talking, and have been seeing people from Africa saying how they love the podcast and wanted to chime in. Get out of here. Started from the first episode, and they've been plowing through the old podcast, and I've been loving it. Wait, you're talking about you? All right. Hey, Billy, I'm a fan from Kenya and have been seeing people from Africa saying how they love the podcast and saying you wanted to chime in. Started with the first episode, blah, blah. Okay, I thought you said you were walking around Kenya and people are listening to my podcast. That didn't seem right. Okay, so I got one fan out there. I love it. That's how you build. That's how I did in America. That's how I'll do it out there. Someday I'll go to the Kenya Funny Bone. or Laugh Lounge, whatever you call it out there. Am at the point Nia diagnosed you with ADD. You must be early on. I had to check out NFL and hockey to understand some of your references for your jokes. Being from Kenya, we're more into soccer and rugby. Those are both great games. Dude, rugby is fucking brutal. That is brutal. Brutal sport. Also, hearing you go off on the ladies over there just cracks me up. Watched all your stand-up, and I really like the Hitler bit on Walk Your Way Out. Would love for you to come and do a show here. The podcast helped me work faster and makes the hard times bearable, as I am also a computer science student. Keep doing pull-ups and push-ups, and don't get fat on us, and go fuck yourself. Yeah, you were listening to an old one. My shoulders, I'm still rehabbing them, and I was doing great, and I picked up my stupid suitcase, and that one in the back just acted up just a little bit, though. I think I'm all right. I'll ice it when I get back on Tuesday. All right, from Syria. Syria, I think that's one of the only places on the planet that doesn't have Netflix, last I checked. North Korea and Syria, I believe. Hi, Billy, plowing ahead Burr. I heard in the last two podcasts from the fans from Egypt and the Middle East and wanted to add another one to the list. I'm a 25-year-old IT engineer from Syria. Aleppo, I don't know. Currently living in Australia. We had to move from Syria because of the war, and during the whole process, your podcasts have always given my days a positive feel and a wholesome, energetic push. I got to read these to my wife, when she goes off on me. Oh, yeah? Well, why don't you talk to the guy from Syria that now lives in Australia? He seems to see me as a ray of light. The life back home was so similar to growing up in the West, I think, but it also depends on what city or country you were born in. I grew up in a middle-class family, went to a private school, and spent my time between studying, family church, and Boy Scouts. It also surprised me how lots of people think that we mostly live in tents or there are no Christians in the Middle East, but I guess there are stereotypes for every region. Hope that one day you are able to visit and see what was once a great country to grow up in. That sucks, man. Well, I hope they're able to rebuild. I just really, I don't understand it, man. I don't fucking get it. Yeah, but I will tell you this. My idea of the Middle East was it was sand and mosques, people in like burqas, but I just didn't picture any green. I don't know what I thought it was. I just felt it looked like the Badlands of New Mexico or something. And then just see those pictures and stuff where you have you have green trees and all of that type of shit. I thought it was all desert over there. Operation Desert Storm. So you just think it's all a desert over there. I had no idea what it looked like. So, although I went to Israel one time. I'm trying to remember what that even looked like. I was only there for like a day and a half. I was in Tel Aviv. I had a great time. Such a great time, And everybody, the Palestinians were cool. The Israelis were cool. It's kind of the usual shit. Everybody's cool, and then the people up top are yelling at each other, and then those cool people end up having to kill each other. Right? Oh, we are the world. Shut up, Bill. Well, I mean, that's what it seems like to me. I don't understand it. I'm just a guy out here fucking doing shit jokes.